Hello. Hello.
Hi. I forgot my how do I can't even talk.
Take two. Hello. And welcome to Couples.
Hi.
Take three. Hello. And welcome to Couples Therapy. I'm Kay.
Hi.
And he's finally Tim.
Finally.
And this is Gus. Who's not on camera, but he's definitely a camera hog. Yeah, you can see his tail. So we haven't done this for a while, but we did some test runs past some people who know of shows or podcasts or different things, and they gave us their honest opinion. They loved it. Well, this was one thing they loved.
Hi.
They didn't love this so much. Thank you, Cam. Anyway, just wanted to welcome y'all back. It's been a while. We'll probably record quite a few tonight. So if Tim's in the same shirt and I'm in a different one, I don't know why that's my thing right now. What did you want to talk about, babe?
Well, one of the topics I wanted to cover was
Contractors?
Horrible contractors.
I think on one of the last shows, and I haven't gone back and watched them all, but I think on one of the last shows we mentioned that we were going through some home renovation. And that you could tell...
Aren't we going through home renovations?
But you'd be able to tell how good our relationship is if we were still together after those home renovations. Well, we're still together, thankfully, for real couples therapy.
All right.
I wish. But, sorry, I have a Marco climbing in my lap.
Yeah, he walked across mine.
Yeah, okay, just get comfortable there, pup. Hi, Gus. So... I think since the last show, y'all might have to remind me, but we had the floors completely redone, and I think we were about to start the kitchen renovations. And now the kitchen has been done, and it's fabulous. We'll show y'all some before and after pictures. I'm not going to get up the camera and go walking over there. But one of the other projects was the fireplace behind us. So we finally got it tiled. Not the best job in the world, but it's better than my hunky hunk here could have done.
I wonder about that.
I don't, because you had 6 months to do it and you didn't.
Because you didn't want me to.
When do I ever listen to you? When you don't want me to do something, I do it anyway.
So shouldn't it be when do I listen
Yeah,
to
but
you?
I'm just saying if you reverse it, I don't listen to you, I do it anyway. So you shouldn't listen to me. You should do it anyway.
You know what's really strange?
Then we wouldn't be in couples therapy because you'd be dead.
During this conversation, our Labradoodle has been just licking the side of my knee. Oh, now he's on top of my knee.
I didn't know that was an erotic zone for you.
It's 7. Friends fans will get that.
I love my lips when they move.
Talking
lips.
We found a handyman.
We did. He was a contractor. He came through a particular site on Facebook that people I know invited me to.
He apparently flips houses. And let me tell you.
He never going to buy a house he flipped?
No. So, there's
Gus.
He's done licking my leg.
Are you done?
As you can see, it's a white fireplace with white tile surround.
Yeah. Now, frankly, behind it is a real fireplace.
Yeah.
That was too expensive for us to take the whole thing out correctly. So we
just
essentially covered it up. And that's okay. We've also had the roof redone, by the way. She mentioned that. So it's been quite a bit. And we installed 2 sheds in the backyard because we were going to do one big shed and try to kind of make it an alternate dwelling unit that you're allowed to have. But that takes a permit, and permits are backed up.
About a year.
We're like, no. So we bought 2 smaller sheds, and one of them is not finished out on the inside. It's going to have electricity, but it was bought to put my Polaris slingshot in, and
we forgot to measure one little detail.
The Polaris slingshot. So
we measured the slingshot, but we didn't measure the double door.
Yeah, well,
opening.
I wanted the garage opening, but was told didn't need that. The double doors would look better. See, he doesn't listen to me. I'm telling you.
I wasn't the one who told her that. Anyway, so let's say hypothetically you were doing a white fireplace with a white surround.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, what color caulk? That was caulk.
If you needed to use caulk.
Around the perimeter of the fireplace would you use?
Guess A, B, or C. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was trying to make the actual letters like
Option
Y
A,
and C-A.
clear. Option B, white.
Option C,
almond.
almond. Oh, wait a minute. We could go option D, black.
Eh,
Some people might use black.
I don't know if I've really... Anyway.
It's not the right answer, so what would you choose?
Yeah,
Everyone who would use A, holla.
I was going to go somewhere else with black caulk, and that's just not where we want to go with this show.
You're fired.
Would you? Never mind. Anyway, he went with the almond color caulk. And
See what happens when you irritate
so
me?
Bad, it was horrible.
This is what I really look like. This is better, right? Yay, you Cam. I keep looking the wrong place. Camera's over there.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at myself
Because you're so gorgeous, and I'd look at you too.
Wow.
But actually, given that I'm a privacy attorney, I have a camera cover over my cell phone camera as well. So it gives me a little something extra to look at, too, to make sure I'm looking in the right place for talking to y'all. Regardless, okay, A was clear.
I've already told him the answer.
Really?
Yeah, I said almond. Anyway.
Well, wait, that's not the right choice. That's the choice
Yeah,
they
that's
made.
what they did.
Okay.
But obviously the answer with a white tile and white fireplace is to go with white.
Caulk.
Yes. They didn't. The other thing they did, which was brilliant on their part, sarcasm, so when they measured the tile out, you know, they had to cut for one of the corners here. They, you know, it's common to put an X on the side that's going to be scrapped when you cut it. Well, they used black Sharpie, and they put it on the wrong side. So if you look real close right there, there's a big black X in a Sharpie that doesn't really come out.
It does if we want to ruin the finish of the tile.
Yeah, so, yeah.
But I did hear that if you write in Sharpie on a whiteboard,
if you cover the Sharpie with
a dry erase,
marker,
it'll come off. Will that work?
We can try it.
Okay. By the way, something else has changed since the show. I don't know if that's backwards for y'all.
It will be.
But it says that's Dr. Royal to you. That's part of one reason we had to quit doing the shows, because I was focusing on my dissertation. It had to be done last year. So I'm done. I'm finished. I'm a PhD. Is someone trapped behind a gate?
No, that's the golden doodle on her tie down.
Molly.
Yes. So we also had him work on insulating and drywalling
His shed.
One
One
of the
shed
sheds.
was unfinished for mine. We're going to use it for storage in a workshop, but the other shed's going to be finished.
Yeah, it's going to be our exercise room, so we can get some of this exercise equipment out of the main house. But before that, you know, we had the electricians.
Oops, go. Haha, I was
Electricians
dancing.
come out,
Lost my makeup.
and they couldn't get it all done in one day. They had to run power from one side of the house over the roof to the other, all the way back corner.
I got to get my hand back on this. 'Cause
And I guess they overheated up on the roof. So anyway, they have one more day to work. And of course,
they tried to tell him that it was going to cost more because they didn't have all the parts, so we needed to pay for the time it took for them to go get the right parts.
Well,
and they didn't know it was going through a shed, and we pulled out the estimate, and yes, they did.
Yeah.
Not ours.
Yeah. They spent a lot of time looking for parts, and that isn't our fault. They had plenty of time before the job to get all the parts they needed.
3 weeks to a month to get them out here. Plenty of time.
Anyway, so it still doesn't have power. But so when he came out, what's wrong with this side, this lash?
You got double lashes? I'll stay in frame.
That would be fantastic. So
But I keep ducking my head.
with the shed, it's standard 2x4 construction, 16 inches on center for the wall, ceiling I want to say it's 24-inch on center for the rafters.
This ADD is out of control tonight.
We put radiant barrier up on the roof, on the ceiling part. But for the insulation...
You still talking the shed?
Still talking the shed.
Okay.
The walls are 30, which is what he put in there. Fantastic.
I hope they're fascinated with these details.
The ceiling, since it's had the radiant barrier, you're supposed to leave an inch gap between the wood, the insulation, and the radiant barrier. He didn't. So it's now basically just nullified the effects of the radiant barrier. The other thing, he used R38, I think, which is 6 inches deep, in an opening that was 4 inches deep. So he compressed the insulation. So it is no longer an R38. It's probably like an R20. Yeah, that's brilliant. It's all covered with drywall, and I don't think they knew how to drywall, which is surprising if he flips houses. Every seam is still visible after spending 2 weeks trying to fix it. It should have been a 1-week job. They took 3. He's painting it thinking that, the paint will cover it if I paint thick enough. No.
Well, if he'd slathered on about half an inch, maybe.
No. The other thing which I discovered after we finally had enough of him, he was painting and he had taped the ceiling from the wall so he wouldn't get the gray on the white ceiling. I took the paper down, the tape and paper, and there was no paint where the paper was. So it's only partially painted, the ceiling. It's like, how can you be so bad? And what the heck?
I was playing with the makeup, and when I covered up this eye, my lips jumped.
Yes. Oh, you shoved your thumb up my nostril.
No, I didn't. But almost close. I don't want to touch my face with it anymore. But when I was covering up this eye, it didn't show just another eye. My lips jumped up there, and I had a third eye in the middle of my forehead.
Well, that's because you're Sorceress Supreme.
Okay. Comic-Con's coming. We'll talk about that in the
Yes.
next show. I guess we need to be done with this one. We've taken time. We had a bad contractor.
Vet your contractors.
We don't want him to come back out and do a damn thing. We just want to move on. I know that's horrible. I also, no.
Vet. Ask for references. Don't be like us.
Yeah, don't be like us. See some work they've done. This is ridiculous. Okay, that's it. Couples therapy. Ciao.